Hi everyone, Lisa, Bluebird Relics. This is day 3, going live, 7 days. It was a little bit harder to get here today, just that work was really busy. I had a few things I had to do after. But I'm going to continue on my daisy. I started it a few days ago, and I got some dogs barking in the background. I started it the other day. If you missed those, I foiled this old piece of vinyl, and it's scratched up, and I decided to upcycle it and make it into a piece of art. And then I started to paint a daisy. Let me try to bring it a little closer. I'm trying to get it so the glare doesn't blind you. Anyway, I put quite a few layers on here. Hey Karen, hello. Yes, Elisa. That's how you say it. So if anybody saw my name, E-L-I-S-A, a lot of times people say Alyssa, but it's not, it's Elisa. Elisa. And Karen was kind enough to spell it out phonetically for me. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm just going to tilt the camera down. I just got home from work, really, so I still have work clothes on. I'm going to put my apron on, and I'm going to just tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing. And hopefully I'll still be able to see the comments. Say hi when you come rolling in. So if I can say hi. And let's get to it. All right. Hey there, Melinda. What's going on? How was your day? How was your day too, Karen? Karen's here too. I really do appreciate you guys being here. All right. So you guys are probably bored with me outline. I need to outline the petals just a little bit, make them a little bit more defined. But what I think I'm going to do is that I don't need to outline this part because now I'm going to cover the center. Let me show you how I'm going to do that. Let me get my raw umber. No, burnt. I keep saying raw umber. It's burnt umber. It's a dark brown. And I think I am going to mix it with black to make it even more darker. Just a little, just a touch. You don't need a whole lot of black to make this darker. And let me get my palette knife. And you can see I just put it on here, and I'm just going to mix this real quick. So the center of my daisy is going to be this color, and then I'll highlight it. Don't know if it's, do you think it's more, is it a daisy or a sunflower? I think like a whimsical colored sunflower. I mean, sunflowers are huge. I don't know. I think sunflowers have more petals. Get out, you sold her, Karen? Who bought it? Someone who had been eyeing it for a long time? Or did someone just come in by, oh my God, I can't believe you sold her. Melinda, you gotta see this piece she did. If you go to her Instagram, I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Or share it in the comments, Karen. A picture of Queen Celeste. You think it's a daisy? Sunflowers have a bigger center. Yeah, you're right. They do. It would be more up in here. You're right, Melinda. Very keen eye you have there. You're right. They do have a bigger center. I'm kind of just playing around here with this. So if I was going to do a sunflower, I probably would, or any kind of flower, kind of look at it first. Let me pull this back. Can you guys see? Okay. Yeah, Karen, share Celeste in the comments if you can. I don't know if you can. I can't believe it was. It's this dresser she did in a burgundy color, and she used molds to create an elephant, a face of an elephant. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful Elisa flower. Oh, well, thank you. All right, let me hear. Here we go. I'm going to start just dabbing this around the center of my daisy here. Let me get this on first, and then hopefully I get this on first. It'll dry fast enough that I'll be able to do the highlight on here right after or soon after. I'm just going around the center of the flower, just dabbing. This is it's gonna start, I mean, it already kind of looks like a flower, but it's gonna start to look more like a flower. I mean, I'm not going for realistic here, I mean, because there's no different colored daisies like this, unless, I know they paint flowers, or not they don't paint flowers, but somehow they, I don't know if they dye them. Do you ever see like those flowers in like Home Depot, that the orchids, and they're like these weird colors, like real off the wall colors? I don't know if they breed them that way or they put some kind of dye on it. I don't know what they do. Well, Linda might know, right? Because I'm sure she's asked somebody that before. Anyway, here I go. So now it's starting, even just right now, it's starting to look more like a flower and not just a bunch of petals. You think they put dye in the water? You mean the dye in the water that they grow them in? Or do they actually like watercolor them? Like paint them? I don't think they paint them. I think that would kill the flower, right? Wouldn't you think? So when I wash off my brush, I keep a couple of jars of water here. Big mistake, don't let your brushes sit in the water. It's a real big mistake. You'll ruin, aren't they usually cut? No, I've seen like especially orchids, I've seen them grow these off the wall colors like blue, like indigo, and real deep purple. Oh, look at you, Karen knows. They drink the flowers drink water with the dye in them, and food coloring, I guess. Oh yeah, it would have to be something not toxic to these flowers, right? You would think. I don't know. I'm not a horticulturist. But I'm curious about it. But I've never thought to ask. I don't know. I prefer to buy a flower that's already more, that's more natural. All right. I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to wet the tip of my brush. Going to go into this black and brown that I mixed. And I'm just going to fine tune some of the lines. I'm not going to blend or pull back. I just want to define the edges a little bit more. Former Lowe's employee. Is that what they, oh, Karen knows. Yep, because is that what they do? Do they do it right at Lowe's? Or do they come from a nursery? I thought they would come from a nursery, but you know, who am I? I don't know. I don't know. I think this is running a little bit too light. I'm just going to add a little bit more black into this brown. I want it to be a little bit darker. I do that way. See, if you have another color you're using, like if you're using purple, but you want a real dark purple, you can add some black in it. And then as it starts to light, you'll see the purple hue come through. They come from a nursery. That's what I thought. Interesting. Just wet in my paint. All right. Hope everybody had a nice day today. Mine was extremely busy at work. I'm glad to be home. I kind of needed this too. I needed to decompress from being in that place. I think everybody feels that when they're, especially when you're at an office. I'm in an office job, so I mean, I sit at a desk a lot of the day. Although since the pandemic, we've been doing a lot of things remote, which makes it even worse. Now I don't even move out of my house. But I go in 2 days a week. That's enough. But it's so funny how you used to go 5 days a week to work, and then you don't leave. I only go 2 days a week, and I'm so tired by the time I get home. It's amazing. And I used to do it, every day. It's amazing how the body just adjusts to something different. What earrings do you have on? Hang on, I'm missing some of the comments. Hang on. What color black do you use? I'm using Mars black. Do you think there's a carbon black too? I don't know if that's a darker shade of black. I don't have it. These are the earrings I have on. Melinda, can you guys, hang on. I don't know, the brightness of it might be, hang on, it still might be too bright. Maybe, can you see it? So this is a painting I did a while back of Frida, and she's got sunglasses on. I don't know if you can see. It's the ring light is very bright. Anyway, she has sunglasses on. I guess it's fitting because I got this bright light on. But I make these, so there are a reproduction of my actual canvas onto an earring. And I make them. I hand pour the resin over them. I don't paint on these. I just, it's a reproduction, but it's a reproduction of my art onto earrings. And these are all resin, the ones I have on. Some of the ones I do on wood, and they're quite, they're a little larger than these, and they're a nice statement piece. They're unusual. And I pour resin over those, and it gives it that nice, I just stuck my finger in this, glossy look to the earrings. Karen has a pair. So does Melinda. You have a pair too. They're kind of like the little the lotus ones that you have. I know the painting of of your earrings. Melinda's behind me. Hold on. Hang on. Sorry to stop, but I gotta just, since she mentioned it. Painting is behind me on the wall. And a lot of people, I get a lot of compliments on that painting. I don't know, it's for sale, but I don't know if I even want to part with it now. It's hanging up on my wall in my studio. I'm just going to tilt this up a little bit. I can't read the comments when it's down too low. Oh, that's it. Karen has a pair, yeah. Karen, you got the daisy, the sunflower, right? I sent you. I sent her a pair for Christmas. I sent Melinda a pair for Christmas too. The flowers, yeah. Kind of like this flower, right? It's a little similar to this flower. So I'm going to do a hard line on these, so I'm not going to blend it over. I think my hand is more steady if I pull it down. I don't really think it's making any. You think it's making any difference? I don't even think it's making much of a difference. But now I started it, I'm going to keep going. Yes, more so. Yeah, it's more yellow and orange with blue background. I have the original painting is on my website for sale as well. I had another one. I actually had a sunflower that actually was purchased. I did a sunflower scene. That was really pretty. That was fun to do. How's the weather in Florida today, Karen? It was really cold here. I started to watch your live with Kelly. I'm gonna have to go back to it. I had it on my way home. And I was listening. Oh, and you know what else, Karen? I listened to that podcast. I have to tell Kathleen. I listened to that podcast that Kathleen did with Dion. Oh, it was. You're right. It was very good. I get why you listen to it again. I might listen. It was really good. She's a smart lady. Oh, you were with a customer during Kelly's live. And she has a new Instagram too. She sent me the invite to like it. She has one for her business. And she does beautiful. She does oil paintings. Oh, really nice, beautiful. I don't have the patience for oil. Maybe one day. It takes too long to dry. I don't have the patience. Yeah, she's very smart lady. It was interesting to listen to her. And I want to ask her because she was also talking about, I think she's trying to get a book published, a book of poetry. If I'm not mistaken, if I heard that correctly. Pretty sure. And her poems are, I guess, in line with like Eastern philosophy more. They're more, it was a really interesting podcast. I really liked it. She did a nice job. I have to go on later and tell her. Because she did awesome. I gotta say, this why it's pulling the brown up too much, this end piece. I wanted to pull the black. Sometimes you just gotta leave it alone for a minute and then go back to it. So, yes, she did, right? She did a great job. Melinda, how is the weather in Ohio? What's going on in Ohio? And if you're just joining us, say hi when you coming in. I want to say hi to everybody. And if you are just joining in, what I'm doing is I'm painting, upcycling a old vinyl album that was no longer usable for its original purpose anyway. Play on a record player. Yep, no longer usable. It's cold. Yeah, it's cold here. When I was driving home, it said 25 degrees, and it's much colder where I am. I live, where I live, it's considered out in the country. We're not in the city. I came from the city. I was in a city at work, and then it's always like about, I'd say, about 10 degrees difference, 5 to 10 degrees different. Yes, we are. Let's Karen. I want to. Let's do records. I have a bunch. There's a few, there's a couple I'm afraid to. There's some that are in really good condition. I don't want to paint on them. I'd rather send them to you, Karen, and see if you can sell them. I don't think that they're worth a whole lot, but you never know. I don't know anything about vinyl, and Karen is the expert. Yeah, 25 degrees is no bueno. You're right. It's not. Not at all. That's why first chance I get, I'm heading south. I'm heading to a warmer climate. I just want to let my son finish high school here. Let him get off to college, and then we can go where we want to go. And then if he follows us, then that's up to him. He's probably not going to have much of a choice in the beginning. He's going to have to go where the money goes. But I definitely need warmer climate. I need it. I'm a shorts and tank top person. I don't like wearing all these clothes. It's amazing when people buy records for Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra. I saw Star Wars one the other day. Wait, hang on. I can't read all of it. I have to open it up. And a recording of Apollo 11 when the man walked on the moon. Really? Interesting. They made a recording of it, like on a record? I know what you meant. I knew you meant Nat. Nat King Cole. I knew what you meant, Karen. We know Nat. Not personally, but I know him. Oh, look at that. I made my flower a little lopsided. I don't think it looks too bad. Well, the center is drying. Unfortunately, this is taking me because I need this steady hand. In order to bring the line up. You know what I was thinking? I should have used my pen maybe. No, because then it would look drawn and I want it to look painted. If I use the acrylic pens, it's going to look like I drew it. And I don't want it to look like I drew it. I want it to look like it's painted. Yeah, on a record. Wow. Where'd you find that? And you found someone to buy it too. It's starting to come up a little faster on the tip here. My paint is drying out. It was like drying as I was brushing it on here. Let me move. This is pretty dry. Look, it's still not, look, I don't want this part to dry fast, but this part won't dry over here. It's still a little wet. That's always the way it goes with acrylics. They either don't dry fast enough or they dry too fast. And then I'm spending, all the time waiting. So that's why I figured I would just work on the detailing on the edges first. I have something else too that I was starting, and if I finish the daisy, I might, if I finish it, I might start the other one. But it's really in its raw stage right now. Because I have another Buddha that I started to work on. I just sort of sketched it out though. I didn't get real moving on it yet. The pins went away from me. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Karen, can you hear me? Are you guys having a problem hearing me? Uh-oh. Hang on. Uh-oh. Hang on. That's not good. Hang on. Oh, you can hear me? Okay. All right. That's what, because now I was talking with it pointing down at the flower. The audio is good. Oh, maybe it's on her end. I'm sorry, Melinda, that you can't hear. Hold on, let me move this back. I'm sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. All right. Thank goodness. My goodness. See, I had no idea the sound went out and I kept talking away. All right. I think that middle is dry now. All right. So I'm gonna take, I was gonna put I don't know. I was gonna take orange. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do orange. No, I'm not. I'm just deciding what I'm gonna highlight. The center. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this yellow. Oh, it's like a mustard yellow O'Shea. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's like a mustard color. If anybody wants to read that, I can't pronounce it. I'm really bad at that. Oh, it didn't go out on your end? Maybe it was Melinda's. Maybe it was her Wi-Fi or something. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna start the center. I'm gonna do the highlight. So I'm gonna take this, it's like a little mini mop brush. And I used that to do the center before, but I'm gonna lightly, now it's a little bit wet, which is fine. I tried to dry it as much as I can. I'm just gonna lightly tap. I wanna make sure, just wanna kind of get the edges, the tips of the brush. And I'm gonna go around. There. Oh, look, I dipped it too much. Hold on. It's okay. If you have too much paint, you can just tap it out a little bit. I'm just gonna tap around, give that a little highlight around your daisy. And it's okay if you want to go a little heavier in some areas, a little lighter in others. I'm just gonna take it around. Tap it out. You can go over, you can overlap it a little bit. Flowers would overlap, right? They go all every which way. Move that out of the way. O'Shea is pronounced ochre? Oh, ochre! Look at you guys telling me. God, I didn't know that. You like the center? Thanks. Ochre. So it's yellow ochre. Thank you for enlightening me. I did not know. Some of the colors of the paints, I don't know how to pronounce. I learned the other day from Karen that, let me move that, that about quinacridone. Am I saying that right? Quinacridone magenta, which is what I used on a lot of the flower, among other colors. So I just want to let that center dry a little bit. And I want my brush to dry too. Oh, let me let this dry a little bit. You know what I'll do? I'm just going to let this dry for about 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm going to, because the other part of my challenge of 7 lives in 7 days is to actually do both Instagram and Facebook. So I'm going to hop off here and I'm going to hop on to Instagram. I'll just lift up and say bye before I log off here. And I'm hoping that I'm pretty much going to finish this piece. Let me just hold it up. I'm going to hold it back here so that you can see it. I'm trying to tilt it so that the light is not shining on the foil. And yeah, I think if I think this is almost done. Like I said yesterday, I think I might stencil words, so I'm still thinking about what I'm going to say on it, though. All right, so if you can join me on Facebook, join me on Facebook. It's Bluebird Relics, and I'll see you in a moment if you decide to join. Thanks, bye.